I'm John Pavlak. Welcome back to Ion Harness Racing, presented by Trackmaster. The field for the Meadowlands Pace has been assembled. A single elimination was raced at the Meadowlands this past Saturday, and Sunshine Beach was a 148 winner for George Brennan. The top 7 will join Captain Treacherous, Twilight Bonfire, and Wake Up Peter, who all were given buys into the final as the leading money winners in the field.
On the inside, Beach Memories is third, and a host of others for minor spoils. Now, Campbell, one final move. Odds on Aquilius on the outside. Sunshine Beach, and the Minister of Speed holds him on.
The draw for the final was conducted following the eliminations, and Captain Treacherous, who got post 5, was made the 6-5 morning line favorite. The connections of the leading Meadowlands Pace finalists were interviewed following the draw.
Were you concerned at all with the effort he had to put in that Pocono?
20 minutes after the race, he was standing back in the detention barn afterwards with his head up, ears up, looking over the fence, watching the next race on the track. So, a horse just has a tremendous ability to recover after a race.
How about this guy? This guy looks like he's got some talent, but he only won a race as a 2-year-old once and didn't really end the year that well.
Well, he just was growthy, and he just never found himself last year, and he got a little steppy a couple of times. He needed to fill out and stuff, so we just shut him down early, and I knew the talent was there if we just bided our time, worked on that, and sure enough, it's starting to come around now. I don't think we're going to change or alter our plans very much. Like he trucked from Canada last week. I thought he was just a touch tired from the trip down.
Didn't really like the post, obviously. The post end, worst push you can get. I thought he raced really good in the elimination. It was a little bit of change of strategy. Tried to decide to race him from the back. It worked out well. The flow was live and got carried into it. And I thought he raced really well. But he's really, really quick. He's probably the quickest horse I ever drove off the wings. He can cross right over, and that's probably what's going to happen.
How to Wake Up Peter and his chances?
I knew when it came down to the 4 and the 9, he'd get the 9 because that's just the story of Peter's career. He always draws a 9-10 in big races. He just has poor luck that way. But the way the race is set up, it's going to be a lot of speed, so it's going to set up for a closer as well.
With the field set, it's time to turn to my colleague Paul Ramlow for his thoughts. We call Paul's Picks. Paul, was having a week off a good or a bad thing for Captain Treacherous?
I think the week off did Captain Treacherous a lot of good. After all, he had raced 4 consecutive weekends in winning both his elimination and the finals for the North America Cup and the Max Hemp Memorial. I think being freshened up is certainly going to help him as he goes for the Meadowlands Pace this Saturday. If the captain does falter, though, I think odds on Aquilius may be the horse to capture the top prize. He finished second by a neck from post 10 in the Meadowlands Pace elimination and looks to be rounding into top form. Also look out for Twilight Bonfire, who is second in the North America Cup final. He comes into this race off a 150-4 score at Scioto Downs in Columbus in an invitational. And you also can't rule out Sunshine Beach, who won the Meadowlands Pace elimination in 148. All 3 of those horses drew inside Captain Treacherous, so it should be a tough battle to the wire. I'm Paul Ramlow for Paul's Paddock Picks.
One of 2 $50,000 eliminations for the William Houghton Memorial race this past Saturday resulted in an entry in the record books. Why Are We Needy, handled by the father-son tandem of co-owner and trainer Carl Jamieson and driver Jody Jamieson, sped to a thrilling 146-4 victory, which matched the mark for the sport's fastest race mile, earlier recorded by Holborn Hanover and then equaled by Some Beach Somewhere.
Where We Needy open road with Jody Jamieson, a furious drive. Golden Receiver trying to dig in and fend him off, but it's Where We Needy. The perfect drive did it. Jody Jamieson, Where We Needy home, 146-4/5, equaling the all-time mile mark.
Copley texted me this afternoon, wanted to know if I was just going to roll him, but I figured no, there's no rolling him, but he'd be all right, I told him. So, I was just looking for a trip, Bob, and the horse showed, week in and week out that off a helmet he can be vicious. Just the odd time I get him in some precarious situations where he's just been a little overzealous. And tonight he's been used to following that helmet now for 3 or 4 or 5 weeks, and he proved again how great he is tonight.
Did you get back to the track this weekend? If you did, you joined the thousands who appeared to enjoy themselves. Fans who came back to Pompano Park saw things clearer than ever before. They received binoculars to help them get a close look at the action on track. At the Meadows, fans of all ages enjoyed a petting zoo and pony rides and tours of the paddock and jog cart rides. At Northfield Park, kids turned the tables on the drivers by painting the drivers' faces. And many tracks offered harness racing bingo, a take on two of our favorite games. We hope you enjoyed the weekend and will get back to the track on your own later this year. This was also one of the sport's most important weekends. At Goshen, New York, there was Grand Circuit racing at historic track, and then this past Sunday evening, the class of 2013 was formally inducted into the Hall of Fame. I had a chance to speak with track executive Bob Quigley and driver Dick Stillings, who are the newest members of the living Hall of Fame. What was the one thing that they found at the Meadowlands?
Well, I think they found that it was a comfortable, clean facility. We took good care of it. We were interested in taking care of everybody, whether he was a $2 player or a very large player. Our price structure was fair. We charged less for admissions, parking, programs, food and beverage than any of the New York tracks or the operating Jersey thoroughbred tracks.
Ever dream of ever reaching this point in the sport?
Honestly, no. I know I've had some nice horses over the past, and I always looked up to the people that got in it and recognized me with them. I didn't think, in my back of my mind, I didn't think that possibly deserved what they have,
When you first got involved in the sport, was there anyone you tried to pattern yourself after or say, I want to be like that fellow?
Well, I worked with some good trainers like Dick Buxton, Hard Weisinger, Jimmy Cruz. In the first part of my career, I wanted to be a trainer more than a driver, and I like to, pattern myself after them because there's all three great trainers. And I think over the years, that watching them and learning from them paid off in the long run once I started driving a lot.
I'd like to add my congratulations to Sam McKee and Bob Hollywood Hayden, who were both inducted into the Communicators Corner of the Hall, and to my videographer and producer Rich Johnston, who won the Pinnacle Award from the Harness Racing Museum and Hall of Fame. TrackMaster's Harness Pro is the most unique and powerful harness handicapping tool available on the market today. There's no software to download or install. Simply and easily handicap from any PC, Mac, or tablet computer using a web browser. Visit TrackMaster.com to become a Harness Pro. TrackMaster has again provided us with platinum picks for the Iron Harness Racing Race of the Week. Here are this week's TrackMaster platinum picks for the Meadowlands Pace Final.
Harness handicappers, this one's for you. TrackMaster Harness Pro is the most unique and powerful handicapping tool dedicated to harness racing on the market today. It's a combination of all the features found in sophisticated handicapping software, all conveniently presented as a web-based, all-in-one handicapping utility. The only product you'll ever need. TrackMaster Harness Pro has these exclusive features: top performers, graphs, power ratings, sortable statistics, PDF race programs included. TrackMaster is your complete source for harness racing information. TrackMaster Harness Pro for the serious player.
That's it for this week. Next week, we'll cast an eye northward to preview the Maple Leaf Trot and Roses Are Red finals at Mohawk. Heather Dodds will be here when we return next week for another edition of Eye on Harness Racing.